barely shot him. I don't know. That was a awesome.
What is poppin' squad? It's your boy Jesimein and welcome back to another Division 2 build video. Now today we're going to be covering my NPC destroyer build for all people who want to go through bosses like their cheese. If you want to destroy all the NPCs in the PVE experience, this will be the build for you. Now without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, I am running a Vector for obvious reasons. Obviously because it's one of the best SMGs in the game, has amazing RPM, and it has a decent mag size when you have extra on it. I opted for the 9mm version because you do get extra rounds, whereas the ACP one does not. So you can use any gun in the game if you want, pretty much for this. You can, it just depends on how you have your chest piece. So I have a Solikov chest, so obviously I get SMG damage. You just easily switch it to Overlord. You can switch it to the Fenris, and or whatever chest piece or whatever little change you want to make, depending on the weapon you use. You're not locked into one weapon. I just chose the Vector because the RPM is amazing. When you're doing that much damage, it balances out. When you have measured, I get that increased rate of fire, which is crazy. It's nuts. And when I lose a rate of fire, being that my rate of fire is so high, I don't even feel the difference, but I get a plus 20% weapon damage. And that cycle just goes on and on and on, and it's insane. So that's why I opted for the Vector, as you guys saw in the gameplay. Now, explain the build. The build's going to be based around damage to elites. As you can see all the fists on the icon. I have a Wyvern Mask with 38% damage to elites, with hard hitting with additional 15% damage to elites. And obviously if you wear the Wyvern wear, you get critical hit damage, drone skill power, and critical hit chance. So if you want to opt into that, you'll be able to get a nice little chunk of damage over time. You go into the chest piece, I have a Solikov chest piece with weapon damage, critical hit damage, health, and headshot damage, also with hard hitting. The only thing I would probably change in this, if I had to, would be headshot damage into critical hit chance, but being that I hit the cap, which I'll show you in a little bit, I didn't really need to. Going down into my holster, I have another Wyvern wear with critical hit chance on surgical and plus 12% critical hit chance on the attribute. So I get 20% critical hit chance just off of this holster. Going down to my backpack, I opted to go for the 511 just to get a little protection from elites because you're going to be face tanking a lot. It's not much. You can this part of the gear you can pretty much change whatever you want. I decided to go with protection just to have a little bit more tankiness when I'm trying to face tank, especially in those situations where you're trying to destroy a boss super quick. I have weapon damage, critical hit chance, and health on here, and hard hitting for damage to elite, as well as restorative for health on kill, which is really good. The only other change I would wish I would have is safeguard, but being that this build is built the way it is, you're not going to be able to have that anyways. Going down to the gloves, now this is where it's preference. So I decided to go for extra damage for damage to elites. You can run whatever glove you want depending on here, it doesn't really matter. Or you can go for clutch, which will probably give you way more longevity. Probably the smarter way, if you have some good clutch gloves, will be to run clutch because it's going to save you in those situations where you can face tank even longer. It's worth giving up the 15% damage. So if you really wanted to, you can pop these on and boom, the build still performs the same way, if not better, sustainability wise. And going down to the knee pads, I also have another pair of Wyvern with 15% damage to elites. And yeah, that's pretty much how the build's going to be ran. If I go to my mods, you guys can see they're pretty much just all offensive mods. Damage to armor, weapon damage, More weapon damage, SMG crit chance, marksman rifle critical hit damage, which is pretty much useless unless you're using a secondary. And I have a utility for armor on kill just to get a little bit of health. And on here I have critical range just to give you a longer critical hit range, with my SMG being that it is going to be a shorter range than assault rifle. So that's the build in its entirety. The secondary I ran with this is going to be the Chatterbox, off for obvious reasons. Everybody knows the only reason to run Chatterbox right now is going to be for this Blabbermouth talent, which while holster reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% rate of fire for 20 seconds. So that goes nuts when you have it with the Vector, which also synergizes with measured because you take away 25% when that weapon damage kicks in, and you don't want to lose that rate of fire. So if you have that perfectly with Chatterbox, you don't even feel the difference. And if you're at the top half of your magazine, you're getting a whole 35% rate of fire, and it goes nuts. It's just, you can't even explain it other than seeing it for yourself. So if I go to my stat sheets right here, you can see I have a hard hitting, restorative, another hard hitting, clutch, and that can change to another hard hitting if you want. Clutch will probably be better. Another hard hitting, surgical. And I've measured, extra, overlap, incessant chatter, box magazine, and blabbermouth, obviously from the Chatterbox. Lucky shot on my pistol, distance, in rhythm, explosive bolts, obviously. So you can see I'm at max crit chance, 60% critical hit chance, 50% critical hit damage, and 61% headshot damage, which is amazing for SMG. You don't really care about headshot damage. What you really want is that critical hit chance to have those yellows popping off like crazy. If we go into offense, you see I have a 10% SMG damage bonus. 146,000 armor, which isn't bad. 50,000 health, which is actually really good. Most people are running 40k and below. 25,000 health regeneration, 7,000 health on kill, 8% skill cooldown reduction. It's not much, but it's something. But the most important part you're going to see is that damage to elites. So obviously, if you change off from clutch, you'll be under the 100, but it's all good because that's still a crazy amount of damage. If you really wanted to go above, you can easily make 2 quick changes. Probably put on the glove with hard hitting on, and then probably change off from here and probably have another hard hitting on here, and you could probably go upwards to 130. So that's depending, but this is probably the best way to run it. You will feel crazy. You will feel like you're just burning through NPCs, especially when the bosses come. Your teammates are going to be shocked and awe, you know what I'm saying, when they see that the boss is already dead, especially if it's not a heavy with a tremendous amount of armor. So it's pretty much it, you guys. As far as skills, the one I opted to go for is going to be the drone defender. And the reason I chose defender is because I want to be able to put in as much bullets as possible. And in order to do that, you need to not get shot. So the defender, since it blocks 100% of bullets in PVE, you want to pop that up, go towards a boss, or save it for when you get elites or a boss. Pop that drone, go and put as much ammo as you can into the boss and call it a day. That's the way you want to run it. And obviously a chem launcher for sustainability in your own heal. So, and you're going to rely on clutch in this situation to keep your armor itself up, and then you'll be good to go, you guys. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been my NPC destroyer build for you guys. For the people who want to hunt down NPCs, you're tired of getting beamed and you want to just take them out quick, you want to carry your friends, you want everybody to be, oh my god, this man's so amazing in PvE, you want to take this into a raid, whatever you want to do as far as damage, this is going to be the build for you. For all the PvP, for all the PvE people, I made this for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it, man. And I know everybody's gonna ask, oh my god, bro, what is that gear dye you have on? I'll show you real quick because people always ask that, and I don't want to be all extra rude. It is the style black tie that you get from the store. All you have to do is complete the whole package. You can either buy the whole pack or get lucky and get it through caches, and that's how you get the style black tie. So it's pretty much it, you guys. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. If you guys enjoy, man, let me go ahead and flex a little NPC destroyer build look for y'all real quick. Kind of saucy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What would you guys change? What would you fix? What would you add? What would you take away? Or is it perfect? So it's been real. I love y'all. Your boy is bonus footage. I forgot at the end of the story. I know a lot of people are gonna ask, how do you modify your weapon? I'm gonna show you real quick. I have a reflex sight. I know there's a sight you can get in the game. If you check out Wid's video, he showed you how to get the secret attachments. I don't have it on this one, but you can definitely run that one as well. But I run the reflex sight with 10% critical hit damage. I also have the Osprey 9 suppressor, which is one of the things you can get from those secret missions. 20% critical hit chance on here. I also have the laser pointer for plus 10 critical hit chance on my Vector. And I also have the plus 10 rounds with minus critical hit chance, which is good because that minus 5 still keeps me over 60%. So my bad, you guys. I just want to add this at the end of the video. I know people are going to ask, and I didn't want to leave you guys out, especially people who really are into modding their weapons. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm out.